You're listening to the CBUS Sports Radio High School Baseball Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm former Major League Baseball All-Star Al Oliver. When I played, I tried to make it a simple game, like see the ball, hit the ball. But trust me, sports are not that simple. Try to remember that when you watch an interscholastic athletics contest where everyone is trying their best in a game they all love. So please be courteous and set an example that reflects positively on your school and community. Let's remember to respect the game.
Thank you for tuning in to CBUS Sports Radio for tonight's broadcast. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at CBUS Sports Radio, all one word, for live updates on all our broadcasts. You can also listen to our broadcast archives on demand on our website, www.cbussportsradio.com.
Good Wednesday evening to you. CBUS Sports Broadcasting, proud to bring you this high school varsity contest tonight between the West Trojans and the McGregor Bulldogs. First baseball broadcast of the night, and of course, bad weather is threatening from all around us, coming in from the southwest. It's about 18 miles away. So we are going to try to get this ball game in. Coach Steve Smith, Bulldogs come in at 3-4-1. This is first district play for District 17. The Trojans under Alex Rogers comes in at 4-2. As mentioned, we'll keep an eye on the weather for you. We do have some cameras set up. We are streaming on CBUSSportsRadio.com. Our website, you can go there. It's also on our YouTube channel. Just hit CBUS Sports Radio, all one word. We also have a Twitch channel. Same address. You'll be able to find the stream there as well. Looks like the stream is up and pretty strong. Looking at the starting lineups in tonight, I didn't have an opportunity, folks, to go ahead and get some graphics put together. I got the lineups late tonight, so I don't have the starting lineups, but we will be doing that on the graphics for these games, starting lineups and some other commercials and stuff coming through, and especially the McGregor Athletic sponsors. We do appreciate them, and the athletic department does as well. So starting lineups in tonight's contest for the West Trojans. Leading off and playing second base, number 1, Zayden Vega. Number 4 will be behind the plate. That's Jason Mossick. He'll be catching. Number 25, Aiden Poteet in the 3-hole. Aiden Salinas at first base, wearing number 14. Number 3, Kirk Humphrey at shortstop. Number 13, Jackson Anderson in center field. Number 8, Will Poteet at third base. Hunter Petter in right field wears number 12. And number 7, Braden Kadelka in left field. That's the way Coach Alex Rogers Trojans will start. The home team, the McGregor Bulldogs, leading off and playing shortstop, number 7, Casey Cordley. Pitching tonight, number 9, Christian Herrera. Down at third base, Davion Coleman wears number 5. At first base, Andreas Durr, number 15. Brax Franks will be the DH tonight, hitting in the 5-hole. In the 6-hole, number 12, Andrew Fossum will be in right field. Trey Coleman will be behind the plate wearing number 3. Chance Smith over at second base wearing 25. And number 2, Dom Madrone, will be in center field for tonight. As mentioned, it's about 72 degrees. Wind out of the southwest at about 15 miles an hour. I do apologize. I'm trying to stay shielded from the wind as much as possible to keep that from happening. If I do drop and you don't hear me, that means I'm scrambling to get my equipment in and out of the rain. So hopefully that will not happen. It looks like it's going to stay just about 5 or 7 miles to the west of us, hopefully, in Oglesby. Hopefully it won't come through McGregor. Beautiful facility. Dimensions here at McGregor High School, 320 down the lines, 380 to dead center, probably about 355 in the alleys and right and left center field. Upcoming broadcast on CBUS Sports Broadcasting, depending on the weather, of course. Friday, doubleheader right back here at McGregor High School as Lexington comes in, a 4 o'clock. This is a varsity-only setup. At 4 o'clock, The Eagles and the Bulldogs will tie them back again at 7 o'clock. The young ladies, the softball team, the Lady Bulldogs will be taking on LaGrange, the Leopards. That is Saturday, the 7th at 3 p.m. We'll take a quick break, come back in just a second here on CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Texas at highschoolofficials.com.
What if you could go behind the scenes with athletes and coaches? Join Ken Carpenter, a veteran high school baseball coach, weekly as he examines success, failures, and life lessons in sports. Each episode provides valuable insight and understanding of playing or coaching team sports. Check out and follow his Athlete One podcast at athleteone.net. Great insight for coaches, parents, and student athletes. Coaches are meeting at home plate. We do have a 4-camera setup tonight, folks. And like I said, this is not going to be our normal setup. We will be having some down-the-line cameras tonight with the rain possibility. We're trying to keep everything as close as possible. Don't want to have to leave these cameras out in the rain. I do need to get some shields. They aren't cheap. So hopefully, if you're looking at the stream, please be kind and gentle. We've trying to get this setup working the best we can tonight. So once again, the Bulldogs hosting the West Trojans here at McGregor High School. JV were run ruled tonight 13-3. The West Trojan JV came out on top of the Bulldogs. So this game should be getting on start right on time at 7 o'clock as they're going over the ground rules at home plate right now. As I said, 4-camera setup. Hopefully everything will work for us. We do have a pretty strong internet connection tonight, but we'll be trying to expand on this in the future. There is a lot of foul territory here at McGregor High School. As you can tell by looking at the cameras, it's 60 feet from home plate to the backstop. So a lot of opportunity on a pass ball to score from second base. A lot of space down the lines as well as you get to the dugout. Scoreboard out in left center field. Coach Smith gives them the go-ahead to play the national anthem. We're going to turn it over to the PA system here at McGregor High School.
Matchup between the West Trojans and your McGregor Bulldogs. Starting lineups for the West Trojans. Leading off the second baseman, number 1, Zayden Vega. Catcher, number 4, Jason Mosick. Pitcher, number 25, Aiden Poteet. First baseman, number 14, Aiden Salinas. Shortstop, number 3, Kirk Humphrey. Center fielder, number 13, Jackson Anderson. Third baseman, number 8, Will Poteet. Right fielder, number 12, Hunter Petter. And the left fielder, number 7, Caden Gadelka. The rest of the Trojans, number 2, Sam Janik. Number 5, Hunter Runyon. Number 9, Hayden Norris. And number 16, Caden Overcash. Coaches for the Trojans, head coach Alex Rogers, assisted by David Young and Jordan Rogers. Starting lineups for your McGregor Bulldogs. The shortstop, number 7, Kason Corley. Pitcher, number 9, Christian Guerra. Third baseman, number 5, Davion Coleman. First baseman, number 15, Andres Durr. Your designated hitter, number 10, Brax Franks. Right fielder, number 12, Andrew Fossum. Catcher, number 3, Trey Coleman. Second base, number 25, Chance Smith. And the center fielder, number 2, Dom Madrone. The rest of the varsity lineup, number 4, David Britton. Number 6, Colin Hamilton. Number 11, Jet Olguin. Number 13, Hunter Spanos. And number 21, Hunter Coward. The Bulldogs are coached by Steve Smith, assisted by Robert Riza. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats and rise for the playing of the national anthem.
You're listening to McGregor Bulldog Varsity Athletics on CBUS Sports Broadcasting. Chris Coakley, CBUS Sports Broadcasting, getting ready to get this one underway. Weather pending. Let's hope it stays away so we can get this one in tonight. Defensively for the Bulldogs, starting off, let's go with the battery. Christian Guerrero on the mound, Trey Coleman behind the plate. In left field, I believe that who's being DH, Braxton Franks, that's Oakland. Oakland in left field. Madrone in center. Folsom over in right. First base around the horn. Andres Durr at first. Chance Smith at second. The shortstop is Kason Corley. And down at third base is Davion Coleman. Leading it off will be Zayden Vega. Number 1, he'll be starting off at second base for the West Trojans tonight. So we got a lefty on the mound, a lefty behind the plate, and Trey Coleman. As mentioned earlier, dimensions here at McGregor High School, 320 down the line, 380 dead center, 355 to the power alleys as the wind starts to pick up. Bulldogs in their home whites trimmed in black and gold. And the West Trojans wearing their black jerseys tonight on the road, trimmed in red and white. Coach Alex Smith in his first year brings the Trojans in at 4-2. Coach Steve Smith, longtime coach at Baylor University, ahead of the Baylor Bears, 777 career wins in his coaching career, so a lot of experience there for Coach Smith. Coach Rogers, 76 career wins, coming in to getting this season underway. They're off to a good start, 4-2 on the season. As mentioned, this is opening night in District 17 play. 3A, Region 3, District 17. CBUS Sports Radio will be covering both the male and female, both the baseball and the Lady Bulldogs softball team here on CBUS Sports Broadcasting. We'll get that schedule out on the website for you. We're getting ready to get this one underway. As
leading off for the Trojans, the second baseman, number 1, Zayden Vega.
So Vega steps in. He'll hit from the right side. Outfield shaded around to left. Madrone on his right side of second base. Medium, deep, and straight away. First offering, fastball right at the belt, strike one. So Vega takes a fastball in the first offering from Guerrera. Takes his sign down from Coach Rogers. He steps back in as Guerrera comes set. Just a bit low, gets through the wickets and comes back to the fence. So 1-1 here, top of the first inning. Big Poe, Aiden Poteet, tracking down the ball there. You see on our cam. Watching this young man on some film, he likes to go backside. As Folsom cheats in a little bit in right field. Off-speed pitch and a beaut. Strike two. Unable to catch up on it. Got on his front foot as Christian was able to break it off for a nice-looking pitch. One, two. Strike. So Coleman comes back, so he'll advance on the pass ball on the strikeout. So leadoff man on the board, the catcher will step in. That's Jason Masick. Runner at first, as Durr will hold him on. Three-step lead over at first as Guerrera comes set from the stretch. First pitch to Masick, down in the dirt, ball one. Nice block there by
number 4, Jason Masick.
So Masick, as the PA announcer states, in at the plate here. One-oh. Offered at the bunt, so strike one, evens it up at one apiece. Sorry, folks, trying to find the best camera angle. None of these angles are very good. Like I said, everything's bunched up here tonight. I can't zoom out too much because it will miss the interior action. So 1-1 offering, one man on, leadoff man over at first. Bunt again, a nice curveball as he drops it in for strike two. Ahead in the count, 1-2 now. As Guerrera, the lefty, broke off a nice-looking deuce there, dropped it right in. See if Coach Rogers has the runner moving at first base. Still a small lead as Guerrera comes set. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike three. So gets the number 2 hitters out swinging, so that's going to bring up big Aiden Poteet. All-district last year.
Number 25, Aiden Poteet.
Poteet will be on the hill tonight for the West Trojans. Appreciate you tuning in, folks. Getting our feet wet with the camera set up here. So Poteet from the left side, big man. Good offensive tackle, nice post player in basketball as well. Fastball on the outside edge, strike one. So Guerrera going right after him. So Trey Coleman flashes the sign. Guerrera looks in agreement. He'll nod. Runner at first, another step. Curveball, nice pickup there by Trey Coleman. Evens it up at 1-1 as the raindrops start to fall here. So he wants a new baseball. Or the umpire wants that baseball and another one to go out. So I don't know if he didn't like how it hit the dirt and possibly scuffed. Let's see if I can adjust some of these cameras to get a better angle for you. So Pete Petit stepped back in at 1-1, 1 out, top half of the first inning. Runner over at first, leans over to the, roped into center field. Nice looking shot. As it's cut off in left field, runner from first will go to third. They'll hold him at third. We got a lightning flash right there. So puts that ball in play, gets a long single out into left center field.
Now batting the first baseman, number 14, Aiden Salinas.
All right, we good. Let's go.
So Salinas will step in from the left side as well. So runners on the corners. So we've got a courtesy runner at first base for the Trojans as Poteet will go back to the dugout. Salinas squares the bump, but Guerrero will throw over. Offering, pitch right down the middle, strike one as he backs out on it. Down in the dirt, runner will go down to second. Indifference, he'll take the base. As the count goes to 1-1. So two men in scoring position with one out as Aiden Salinas steps in for his third offering here from Guerrero. Christian comes set. Time called as Salinas backs out. So Poteet with a nice line drive hitting into a left center field. Oakland was able to cut it off. So Guerrero comes set. Down in the dirt, and wild pitch gets past Coleman. And a run will score for your first run of the game.
Hey, we good. Let's go.
All right, drop down on that, bud. You got it. Let's go. Drop on 10 out.
So the runner moves over from second to third base now. 1-0 your score with one out. 2-1 the count on Salinas. On the outside edge, just missed. Good looking pitch. 3-1 now your count. A few more drops of precipitation coming down. 3-1 pitch. Ball four, just outside. So men on the corners with one out. That's going to bring up shortstop Kirk Humphrey.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Kirk Humphrey.
So Humphrey will hit from the left side. I believe there's 5 southpaws in this lineup for Coach Alex Rogers.
Oh, Christian, you got it, bud. Let's go.
Outfield straight away, middle deep. One out in the inning. See if Coach Rogers has a play on here. Medium lead over at first. Lightning strike again. Runner goes on the outside. They'll throw it down. Play back to the plate. Not in time. Ball gets past Coleman. So on the throwing error, the runner will go to second. Coach Steve Smith going to come out. So on the throwing error by the shortstop, runner will come home. Man on second will go to third on the same error. So Coach Smith out down 2-0 here in the top half of the second inning. Or excuse me, the first inning. So next broadcast schedule, depending on the weather, be Friday, doubleheader here at McGregor High School. So welcome in the Lexington Eagles. Still waiting to get confirmation back from Lexington's coach. Saturday, going to do the ladies' game, the Lady Bulldogs at 3 o'clock, once again, depending on the weather. So Humphreys, after conferring with Coach Alex Rogers, will step into the box as Salinas is down to third now on the throwing error. So 1 out in the inning. Pitch on the outside edge. Boy, must have been low. Good-looking pitch, 2-0. Christian nods in agreement with Coleman. Right there, strike. Nice-looking fastball on the edge. Wind starting to pick up. Going to check the radar here, folks, in just a second. Make sure we don't have anything huge coming in. Hits him right in the rib cage, so Humphreys will go down to first base.
Now batting the center fielder, number 13, Jackson Anderson.
So Anderson will step in. Hitting from the right side, runners at the corners. First pitch brushes him back. Wind is really picking up now. One 0 pitch, runner goes. Inside edge, Coleman bluffs the throw. Runner at third will stay put. So Humphreys gets down to second. Anderson ahead 2-0 here. Up just a little bit high. Blue says he made an offering at it. 1-2's your count. Going to check the radar real fast. 1 out in the inning. Two runners in scoring position at second and third. Curveball pops him up to right field. Fossum will go back, makes the play. Throw goes to third. They cut it not in time, so sacrifice fly. The runner will advance. So he did a good job of getting that out to right field. Fossum with a nice, strong throw. So 2 outs in the inning. 3-0 your score. Once again, a little bit more rain coming down. See what we have on the radar, folks. So Will Poteet, the third baseman.
Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Will Poteet.
The range right on the edge of the high school here. Probably should have known that I should not have put the cameras out tonight. Fastball right down the middle, nice looking pitch. So Poteet goes down in the count 0-1. As Guerrero steps off with Humphreys down at third. 3-0 your score. 3 runs across on 1 hit. Down in the dirt, Coleman with a nice block. Trey, very good. The freshman, very good at the defensive secondary position. Plays safety. Good hitter. So 1-1, 2 outs in the inning. Off speed, just missed. That's a good looking pitch. 2-1. Just off the black on the outside edge of the plate to the left-handed hitting third baseman. So ball 4. I actually missed the pitch. So runners at the corners once again with 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting the right fielder, number 12, Hunter Petter.
So Petter will step in, the right fielder tonight. Oh, we're number 12. Lightning off to the east over by Waco. Swing and a miss. Got a nice fastball by him. Be probably taking down the cameras, folks. As the rain comes up just a little bit, we'll keep the audio broadcast going as long as we can. So heading the count, 0-1. Guerrero inside, up under the letters. Ball. So leaving it up at 1 apiece. He'll nod his head on the flash. Fastball, actually off-speed pitch. Looked like a slider down in the dirt. Nice stop by Coleman once again. As Petter will go ahead in the count, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Fastball outside, 3-1. Pitch count getting to be a concern here. 35 pitches here in the first inning. Just a bit up. So back-to-back walks, and Kudelka will come in. His first at bat, the left fielder.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Braden Kudelka.
So the bases are juiced with 2 outs here. No activity early, of course, in this contest, trying to let Christian work his way out of this. Fastball belt high. Strike 1. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss. So heading the count, 0-2. 2 outs, top half of the first. Trojans with 3 runs across. So head the count. Let's see if he goes after him or he wastes one. Curveball foul down the left field line. So hung it up just a little bit, got it inside, and he turned on it. So still 0-2 your count. Christian looking for the punch out here. Fastball gets it by him, strike 3. So 3 runs across in the inning, 3 left. 1 error will go to the bottom half of the first inning. Troy on top of McGregor.
1 McGregor error.
3-0. What if you could go behind the scenes with athletes and coaches? Join Ken Carpenter, a veteran high school baseball coach, weekly as he examines success, failures, and life lessons in sports. Each episode provides valuable insight and understanding of playing or coaching team sports. Check out and follow his Athlete One podcast at athleteone.net. Great insight for coaches, parents, and student athletes. Sorry, folks, had to run and get one of the cameras. It's really starting to pick up here. So bottom half of the first inning. See if I can change the score here for us. So Aiden Poteet, the big right-hander, on the mound. It'll be Corley, Guerrera, Coleman, and Durr for the Bulldogs. Poteet, 6'7", right around that 300-pound mark. Excellent footwork for such a big man. Great offensive tackle in football.
Leading off for the Bulldogs.
Very good post player in the on the basketball court as well.
Corley.
So Kason Corley will lead it off for the Bulldogs here, trailing 3-0 here, bottom half of the third. Poteet winds up, lets it fly, fastball off the top part of the glove of his catcher, Masick. So 1-0 your count. Wind continues to pick up from behind me. Two zero pitch, excuse me. Fastball belt high. Another lightning flash out in the Waco area. Fouls it off straight back. So evens it up at 2-2. Poteet, Humphrey, Vega, and Salinas across the infield. Kadelka, Anderson, and Petter from left to right in the outfield. So Bulldogs trying to jump back into this as the Trojans put a 3 spot on the board. Fastball, curveball hit down to the third baseman. He'll throw across, pulls him off the bag, but he's able to keep a foot. Nice job there. So 5-3 on the putout. I thought he pulled him off farther than he did, but the first baseman, Salinas, with good footwork, was able to keep a toe on the bag. That'll bring up the pitcher, Christian Guerrera.
Now batting for McGregor, the pitcher, number 9, Christian Guerrera.
Fastball, outside edge, strike one as the rain continues to come down, folks. And I don't think it's going to stop. I don't know if they're going to get this game in or not as the weather keeps coming in. Curveball, able to get a piece of it. Nice looking pitch. Took a little bit off of it. You can see the rain coming down in the outfield now as Guerrera steps back in, down 0-2 with one out here in the inning. Looks like an off-speed pitch outside, ball one. Curveball pops him up. Plenty of room for the catcher. He comes back, overruns it just a bit. So Guerrera will get new life here. As Masick came back. Now, I'll give the young man a lot of wind going on here, so that's a tough play to make. So 1-2 your count. Looks in. The big man from the windup. Just a bit low. Good looking pitch. I say low to mid 80s for Poteet. Don't have a jugs, but just from recollection. 2-2. Curveball stays up and away. Full count now. So full count, 3-2 pitch. He'll step off the rubber. Three-two offering. Swing and a miss. Took a bit off of it, strikes him out. Going down swinging. So Davion Coleman, the third baseman.
Number 5, Davion Coleman.
So 2 up, 2 down here, bottom half of the first inning. Dogs on the bottom part of it, 3-0 here. Durr on deck for the Bulldogs. Line drive into center field. Has the beat on it, makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down as we go to the top half of the second. Bulldogs trailing 3-0. CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
No runs,
Thank
no
you
hit.
for tuning in to CBUS Sports Radio for tonight's broadcast. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at CBUS Sports Radio, all one word, for live updates on all our broadcasts. You can also listen to our broadcast archives on demand on our website, www.cbussportsradio.com.
Sorry, folks, once again, trying to get the cameras out of the elements here. Not sure how well this is going to work. We might just fold up the stream altogether. I got some raindrops. On the camera. We do appreciate you tuning in with us tonight as we try to get this broadcast in. So Bulldogs down 3-0 here is trying to move everything over. I'm right up against the press box. So I'm trying to keep everything out of the weather. So back to the top of the order is Zeta Vega. Will lead it off for the Trojans. Drop third strike, was able to
Leading
advance
off the
to
west in the top of the second.
first base
Second baseman,
on
number
the
1, Zayden
wild
Vega.
pitch, his first time up. Folks, I'll see if I can straighten that camera out and get that water drop off. It's kind of, that camera is kind of shielded by the press box, so hopefully we can keep it up and running. First offering from Guerra. Ball low and outside. One-0 pitch, swing and a miss, fastball, blew it right by him. Couldn't catch up to it. So even at 1 apiece, Guerrero will come set. He'll bring it to the plate. Another fastball, strike 2. Good-looking pitch right at the knees on the outside edge. Not sure Vega agrees with my assessment of that pitch, but that was a good pitch. Curveball, a little tapper down third. That'll be foul. Natural grass infield here at McGregor High School. In nice shape. They'll be doing some adjustments to the field coming soon. Swing and a miss. Strikes him out. So nice looking pitch. Took a little bit off of it. Vega could not catch it. So your number 2 hitter, the catcher, Jason Mosick, will step in. Oh for 1 on the night. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. unable to time it.
West, the catcher number 4, Jason Mosick.
Boy, I'm hoping the rain can stay away. I've got a bunch of equipment I got to put away here, folks. Off speed. Oh, nice looking pitch. Just a bit low. So your count goes to 1-1 as the lefty threw a nice splitter or slider there. Thought it caught the outside edge, but just missed. Fastball at the knees. That's a strike. So Guerra settling down here a little bit here in the second inning. Threw 39 pitches, I believe, in that first stanza. Off-speed curveball got him. Strike 3. So 2 up, 2 down, 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Now batting the pitcher, number 25, Aiden Poteet.
Poteet hits a line drive single his first time up. As mentioned, an all-district player last year on the diamond. Outfield shading just a little bit to left field. So Christian Guerra comes set. Curveball fouls it off right at the plate. So starts him off with a breaking pitch. Not a bad idea. Last fastball he threw on the outside edge, he drove it into left center field as Dom Madrone is shading into left center. Down in the dirt off the gear of Trey Coleman, ball 1. Rain has stopped, but the wind velocity has picked up, as you can unfortunately hear in my mic. Fly ball left field. Shortstop goes out. It drops. Shortstop and left field are not communicating as Poteet will pick up another base knock. Let's see how they score that in the press box. No one touched it, but
first baseman number 14, Aiden Salinas.
They'll give him a hit. So Salinas steps in. He walked his first time up. 2 men out here in the top half of the first inning. Excuse me, the second inning. Pitch throws behind. The courtesy runner at first for Poteet gets back. So Salinas will take the offering from Guerra here. Runner goes. On the outside edge, he drops it. Will be a stolen base. So 2 strikes on the batter as the courtesy runner gets down to second base. So the runner in scoring position 180 feet away at second base. As Aiden Salinas will step back in. Guerra would love the punch out here. Curveball stays up. They corrected it. Now it is a two and one count. Two one pitch. Curveball drops it in there. Nice looking pitch. So that gets it back to even at 2-2. So Coleman and Guerra in agreement now as the 2-2 hits him up in the shoulder. as Salinas will go down to first base.
Now batting the shortstop, number 3, Kirk Humphrey.
So Humphrey will step in. Kirk also walked his first at bat. So the first two runners, first two batters, Guerra able to strike out. Poteet gets on with the pop-up single and a walk, and it hits batters. Got runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. Humphreys couldn't catch it. Just left it on the outside edge. Good looking pitch. Looked like a two-seamer. You can see the rain falling across the outfield here at McGregor High School. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third on the steal. Ball gets away. Runner's going to try to come home. Runner at second, so they'll get another run across as Davion Coleman unable to handle the throw of Trey Coleman. So strike two. Runner gets the stolen base at third. As the runner will move up behind him. So they get another run across here in the top half of the second. Just outside as Humphreys let it go by. 1-2. Wow, pitch gets to the backstop as Salinas will get down to third. Thought that was a win, but it might have been SpaceX. So another run 90 feet away for Humphreys, trying to come through. 2-2 your count here. He'll step out as Coleman checking his eyes. I believe he has some debris with the wind that's blowing around here at the stadium. Luckily, it's in the 70s, folks. Could be a chilly night. Early March. Ground ball, second base size. Chance Smith, E4, unable to come up cleanly with it. Trying to move to his left, unable to make the play cleanly.
The center fielder,
So that makes it 5-0.
Jackson Anderson.
So Jackson Anderson will step in. Sacrifice fly is last time up to right field. Andrew Folsom makes a nice play on the throw to third, but 5 runs across on 2 hits. Throw over to first. Durr applies the tag as Humphreys back in standing. "39 minutes into this ball game, still in the bottom half of this, or top half of the first. Fastball stays up and outside on the first offering to Jackson Anderson. Wearing number 13 as Coach Alex Rogers will flash the signs down at third base. Looks in, takes the sign and set. Runner stays in place at first, just off the inside corner for ball 2. 62 pitches now for Christian Guerra in this contest. Do appreciate you tuning in. Fastball up and away, 3-0. So Anderson steps back in. Runner at first, that's Humphreys. Fastball catches the outside corner. So fights back to a 3-1 count. Chance Smith unable to make a routine play at second base to get him out of the inning. I wouldn't say routine. He did have to go to his left. It was a tough play. Tough chance for him going up the middle. Swing and a miss. So full count. Runner will be moving on the pitch. So Garrett comes set. Runner moves, swing and a miss, strikes him out. So he strikes out all three in the inning. Unfortunately, able to get two more across as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 5-0 your score. West on top.
For the Trojans in the
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, is a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come.
So coming bottom half of the second inning, first baseman Andreas Durr will be leading it off for the McGregor Bulldogs. Dogs down 5-0 here. 5 runs on 2 hits, 3 errors. 4 left, 4 west. So Christian Guerra able to strike out the side, but pop-up possibly could have been caught out in left field. Tough play in a windy night like tonight. And Chance Smith, unfortunately, going up the middle to his left, unable to come up with it cleanly. Maybe I was a bit harsh on Chance there, thinking he might have made that play, but the more that I reviewed it, I think that's a tough play going to your left for a right-hander. So Durr will step in, left-handed hitting first baseman.
Bulldogs, the first baseman, number 15, Dre Durr.
So Dre Durr will step in. We got activity down in the bullpen for the McGregor Bulldogs. First offering, Poteet, swing and a miss, took a bit off. Pulled the string just a bit on that fastball. Maybe a change on the outside edge. As Dre will step back in. Tapper, first base side. First baseman comes up with it, tosses it over to Poteet. There to make the play. 3-1 on the putout. Nice play by the first baseman, Salinas, for the first out of the inning. Brax Franks will step in, the DH. He'll hitting for the left fielder, Jet
designated
Oakland.
hitter, number 10, Brax Franks.
So Braxton will step in, 3-sport athlete here at McGregor High School. I was talking to football coach Quentin White last night. Young man, plays tight end at 5'9", 5'10", maybe 5'11". Plays a lot bigger than that. First pitch to Brax is up and out of the zone, 1-0. Plays a nice off guard. Probably the 3 position, I would say, for Coach Zach Stumbaugh. District championship team. 2-0 the count as Poteet get up and out of the zone. These 3A schools, a lot of multi-sport athletes. Fastball, swing and a miss. Gets him on the outside edge to chase. So 2-1 your count. Next offering. Swing and a miss. A little bit more gusto on that one. Braxton able to catch up with it. 2-2. Down in the bullpen, number 5. I'll look at that for you here in just a second, folks. Warming up. Swing and a miss, pulled the string once again, dropped third. Will complete the throw down to first base for the second out. Getting just a bit wet here in my broadcast position. So 2-3 on the putout. 2 outs in the inning, and Andrew Fossum will step in. Coach Smith talking to Andrew. I have him as number 12. He's wearing number 1 tonight. As long protected conversation between
now batting
Coach
from
Smith.
McGregor, the right fielder, number 1, Andrew Fossum.
So Fossum steps in, talented wide receiver in football. Great speed. Bulldogs still looking for their first hit in tonight's contest. Trey Coleman on deck. As Poteet will step off, he'll regather himself and toe the rubber once again. Fastball squares around, lets it go by, strike 1. Starting to get a bit chilly, too, with the moisture in the air here in Central Texas. Fastball. Actually, looked like a slider that got away from him a bit. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Fouls it straight back into the screen. So 2-1. Excuse me, 1-2. So Poteet looking for the punch out. Curveball just breaks outside. Nice rotation on that spinner. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 out, bottom of the second. Hits him on the rib cage. Actually on the arm. Says a foul ball. So Andrew will gather his bat. Coach Steve Smith wants to come in and talk to the home plate umpire. I don't have a number 5. Oh, there he is. Davion Coleman, was down in the bullpen for the Bulldogs. Coach Smith pleading his case to no avail. He's going to ask for some help at first. Gusty winds 20 miles an hour plus here at McGregor High School. I'm sure Coach Steve Smith has seen it all in his years as a head baseball coach. So once again, Coach Smith is still stating that Andrew was hit on the elbow, just below the elbow on the forearm, showing a mark. And they will award him a hit by pitch. So the Bulldogs have a base runner. I believe it's their first of the night. Yes. Coach Rogers wanting an explanation is Trey Coleman. The catcher will step in. His first at bat tonight, as mentioned, Trey, an outstanding football player on Coach Quentin White's Bulldogs. Love his ability to close on the ball in the secondary. Also come up and will give you a pop. Likes to hit. So Coach Rogers, as you can see on the camera, folks, for you that are still watching the stream, I pulled the Twitch stream up. It seems to be a little bit stronger than the YouTube stream. What we'll do, I'm recording this as well, folks, so I will go ahead and get this posted if the recording is better than what the stream is. Sometimes that does happen. I can play around with the exposure and such on the recording to make it
Now batting
a
for
little bit
McGregor,
better.
the catcher, number 3, Trey Coleman.
So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second. Coleman steps in with a runner aboard at first. Folsom with great speed. Poteet. Andrew goes. Mosick not even going to give it a shot as Folsom easily swipes that one down at second. Tells you why Coach Steve Smith wanted him at first base. So now a runner in scoring position. Base hit with his speed, depending on how hard it's hitting the outfield. Andrew should be able to score from second base as Coleman asks for time, and he'll back out. So I'm trying to move closer to the building, folks, so you don't have the constant. I'll probably flip my headset around here in a minute and see if that'll help with the mic being a little bit more protected as well. So Folsom away at second with a good lead. Trying for third, gets between the wickets of the catcher, and Folsom will slide and actually slip a little bit as he hit the bag. So another stolen base for Folsom going down to third base. So the count is 2-0. So big Aiden Poteet walks himself back out to the mound. As mentioned, there is a mile of space in foul territory here at McGregor High School. So Poteet comes set, Folsom down at third. Fastball at the belt. Calls that a strike. The Bulldog faithful not liking the call. I thought it was a pretty good pitch. Just above the belt a bit, but still hittable in the zone. That's a ball outside. So Coleman also with great speed. Sitting on deck is Chance Smith, the second baseman. Great basketball player, freshman, averaging about 13 points in district play. That's a strike at the belt. So a full count with a runner at third and 2 outs in the inning. Poteet looks in, he comes set, Folsom away in foul territory. Swing and a miss, strikes him out. So runner left at third base, nobody across. We'll go to the top half of the third. CBUS Sports Radio.
Game day in my house is everything. I get out of class, I grab my gear, and get to the game because I can't wait. And my dad, he does the same thing. He's an official here in Texas. He makes the tough calls, stays cool under pressure, and knows ball like nobody else. I want to be just like him. You can too. Sign up at highschoolofficials.com.
So we have a pitching change. Davion Coleman will be coming in to take the hill for Christian Guerra. They'll close the book on him. 5 runs, gives up 2 hits. I believe 4 of those runs are unearned. So Braxton Franks will go in at third base as well. See if there are any other changes. I believe not. Actually, Guerra goes out into left field. So he will stay in the game, and that will disqualify Jet Oglen. As the defensive changes are made to the home plate umpire, he'll report it here to the press box. So Coleman, the right-hander, will take over, started at third base. Boy, the wind is, as you can hear, folks. Let me see if I can. I want to put on a commercial real fast and pull around, see if I can flip this around, make it a little bit less wind noise for you.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Let's see if that makes it a little bit better. I was able to flip the mic around a little bit, maybe not. Going through some of the sponsors here for the McGregor Athletic Department, McAdams Propane. We appreciate their support. Feel like I'm in a cyclone here at McGregor High School. Got to figure out a way to get me a spot in that press box, I'm telling you, especially on audio broadcast. So coming up to plate now, number 8, Will Poteet will lead it off for the West Trojans.
The third.
So his
The
second,
third baseman, number 8, Will Poteet.
as the PA announcer announces, Poteet, your third baseman, his second at bat, walked in his first. So Braxton Franks down at third. Christian Guerra over in left. Big gap is Madrone. Fastball up and out of the zone for ball 1. Shading towards right center in center field. Folsom medium deep in right field, straight away. Nice looking pitch. Must have been low. 2-0. So Coleman rocks and fires from the windup. That's on the outside edge. You'll get the call there. So 2-1's your count. Fastball, couldn't catch it, blows it by him, evens it up at 2 apiece. So Poteet will step back in. Kind of come 3/4 down in the dirt, and Coleman Trey gets his gear on it. Not often do you see a left-handed catcher at the varsity level. So 3-2 pitch, fastball just inside. Trey Coleman wasn't happy with the call by the home plate umpire. So leadoff walk for Will Poteet. Hunter Petter, he walked
Now
also
batting for West,
his first time up
the right
in
fielder,
the
number 12, Hunter Petter.
second inning. So actually the first inning, they went through the lineup in that first inning. Completed all 9 batters. Off-speed pitch catches the strike zone. It's a nice pitch there by Davion. Squares and bunts. Down at first, unable to get him. Coleman makes a nice throw over to first. Strike on the pitch. I believe they called it a strike. It's some lightning up in the Crawford area coming down as well. Looking at the scoreboard. Not sure what the home plate umpire called. I thought he called a strike, but we'll see. Inside. So now it's got to be 1-2 or 2-1. Nobody out in the top half of the third. Runner aboard at first. That's Will Poteet, who led off the inning with a walk. Made an attempt on the strike, so drop third strike or pass ball. So he gets the strikeout. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Home plate umpire conferencing with his base compadre there. So he is out on the call. The runner can advance. So give him a stolen base and a regular strikeout. So runner in second now with one out here in the top half of the third. Braden Kudelka. That's a foul out of play, third base side.
Now batting for the Trojans, the left fielder, number 7, Braden Kudelka.
Struck out his first time up. Garrett did not pitch bad. He had a couple 3 errors behind him that did not help. Nice scoop there by Trey Coleman. Ball down in the dirt. You know, I was contemplating wearing a jacket and some jeans tonight. Now I wish I would have, as the temperature is starting to drop. Curveball and a beaut, just outside. Boy, nice looking pitch. So 2 and 1, excuse me. Looks back at second. He'll rock and come to the plate. Down in the dirt between the legs once again. Runner will go to third on the pass ball. So with one out, we got a runner in scoring position 90 feet away for the left fielder, Braden Kudelka. At the belt, calls a strike, so evens it up, or excuse me, gets it to full. Coach Rogers asks the young man to step back in there and hit the baseball as he looked down for a sign. 3-2 offering. Ball 4 down in the dirt. Runners on the corners once again. So back to the top of the order with Zayden Vega. Vega 0 for 2 strikeouts. Coach Steve Smith calls time. We'll take a break as well. CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
The last class of the day for my student athletes isn't English, science, or math. It's school sports, where the #1 priority is teaching, just like every other classroom. As their coach, I help them grow as leaders and become better people, preparing them for the game and, more importantly, for life. That's why the best wins are the lessons they learn, which will impact them long after their playing days are over. Encourage your student to participate in school sports.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So conference on the mound is concluded as Vega will step back in. Runners on the corner here, one out, top half of the third. Still a 5-0 lead for the Trojans of West High School as Vega will step in and Davion Coleman looks in at his battery mate. Comes set, he'll go over to third, he'll fake the throw. So he stepped off correctly not to incur the balk.
Now batting for West, the second baseman, number 1, Zayden Vega.
So talking to the press box crew, the Bulldogs lost a tough one. Squares around, runner goes. Indifference as he goes down into second base. And I believe he called a ball. Not very demonstrative with their calls down here from the officiating crews in any sport. Makes it difficult. So 2 men in scoring position now. Vega trying to get his first hit of the night. Team's third. Down in the dirt. Coleman gets a glove on it. So 2-0. Guerra fighting the rain out in left field. Is it misting a little bit now? Swings at a high chopper. Looks him back. Goes over to first. Gets the out. Throws behind the runner. He's going to have to run at one of them. Corley throws it into the catcher. Trey Coleman will run him straight back. Braxton Franks gets the tag. Ball gets away. So no one able to complete the out with a good job of base running there by the West Trojans. Bulldogs did a decent job as well as running that through and able to get an out. So 1-3 on the put out and the runners hold. So 2 outs in the inning for the number 2 hitter and the catcher, Jason Mosick. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts as well. So Coleman comes set, rocks and fires just a bit low. So ball pickoff move to second base. Ball gets into the outfield. Another run will score. So Poteet will come home on the throwing error. So the runner at second, Kadelka stayed put. Fastball evens it up at 1 apiece, and now it's 6-0. So Coleman will come set. Masick drives it into center field. It's going to drop in front of Dom Madrone. They're going to hold as Madrone tosses it into second base, and Chance Smith drops that one. So nice piece of hitting there by Masick as he hits a line drive into center field. With 1 out, the runner at third had to hold up. So Aiden Poteet with 2 hits on the night.
Now running for West, number 2, Sam Janik.
So Jennings at first
Batting
base
for the Trojans, the pitcher,
for the
number
catcher.
1,
We get a courtesy
number
runner for the
25,
catcher.
Aiden Poteet.
So Poteet with 2 hits to the backside tonight. Left center and to left field. So 1 out in the inning. Hopefully they can twist one and get out of here. Down 6-0. Poteet, the big man, made an offering at it. Pretty close. Did Poteet. Ball inside, gets away from Trey Coleman, not far enough to advance. As the runner at first will go down to second base. So big hit here would really open it up for the Trojans. I think Coach Smith is going to put him on, and he does. I don't blame him one bit. See if I can find the right button there. There we go, first. So that's going to bring up Aiden Salinas. He was walked
Now
and hit by a pitch.
West, the first baseman, number 14, Aiden Salinas. Courtesy running is number 5, Hunter Runyon.
So Hunter Runyon will go back over to first base, and as Aiden Poteet will take a seat on the bench after being intentionally walked. So 6-0 your score. Still 1 out here in the inning. Salinas, the cleanup hitter. Fastball at the letters, ball 1. So Kadelka down at third. 2 courtesy runners as the catcher and the pitcher off the field. Nice looking pitch at the knees. That's a good pitch by Davion Coleman to even it up at 1 apiece here. Need a ground ball here, either to twist it in the middle or first or third to home and back to first. But Coleman steps out. He and Trey not on the same page there. Down in the dirt, nice dig. 2-1. Foul, straight back. Nice looking pitch, was just on it. Evens it up at 2 apiece. Boy, they need a punch out here big time. As Coleman gets a new baseball, and Salinas will step back in. He'll come set, 2-2 offering. Curveball gets him to swing in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher once again. As the run will come across, so another strikeout dropped. So another run across, first offering here to Kirk Humphrey. 7-0 your score now.
Now batting for West, shortstop, number 3, Kirk Humphrey.
So 1-1 the count as Davion able to find the strike zone. Still 1 out. Down in the dirt. 2-1. As Davion wants a new baseball with all the moisture. So 7 runs on 3 hits on 4 errors. Another ball down in the dirt. 3-1 your count, so probably looking fastball here. Has to get a strike. See if Coach Rogers has him taking here. Just outside, so ball 4 makes it 8-0 as another run will come across in Jackson Anderson. Here in the top half of the third.
The center fielder, number 13, Jackson Anderson.
So Anderson 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a strikeout. Swings through that one for strike 1. Next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So head in the count 0-2. Still, the bases are juiced with only 1 out here in the inning. Cricket numbers on the board, all 3 innings for the Trojans. Strike 3 rings him up. The Dogs get out of the inning, so he gets him looking. So 3 across, 3 left. We'll go to the bottom half of the third. CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
For the Trojans in the top of the third, 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 McGregor error.
So Aiden Petit, bottom half of the third inning. No hits on the board. 8 runs, 3 hits, 0 errors.
Leading off the
7
order
left
in the bottom
for
of the third.
the
Second baseman, number 25, Chance
West Trojans.
Smith.
Chance Smith, the second baseman, will lead it off here. Chance's first at bat of the night. So Petit will re-toe the rubber as Chance Smith steps in. These two faced each other on the hardwood. Off-speed pitch, strike one. 0-1 pitch. Curveball outside, 1-0, evens it up. I'm almost to the point, folks. There's too much water getting on the equipment here, standing outside, so we might be packing this one in. Pitch down in the dirt, 1-2. Excuse me, 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off the catcher's mask. Evens it up at 2 apiece. Dom Madrone on deck. Curveball just outside. Good looking pitch. Full count. Is Chance able to get it to 3-2 as it pushed outside? But it was if he would have started it on the hip a little bit more, he might have got him to chase. Fouls it off as he came back with another off-speed pitch. So back to the rubber once again. Aiden Poteet, he rocks and fires. Curveball, that one breaks him off as he drops it in there as he gets him looking. So the first out of the inning is Dom Madrone. Will step into the plate, the center fielder, his first at bat tonight. Talk about blazing speed. You can get this young man on base.
Center fielder, number 8, Dom Madrone.
So Madrone with 4.5 speed. You like him on the outside, getting some looks in track and football, of course. Great wide receiver. Swing and a miss. Teaming up with Bubba Zacharias for a number of years, those two have put up some big numbers. So one pitch. Took something off of it again. Gets him to chase it. 0-2. Corley on deck, back to the top. Another swing and a miss, strike 3. So Dom goes down swinging. Kason Corley 0 for 1, grounded out to the third baseman. His to lead off the bottom half of the first inning for the
now batting for McGregor,
Bulldogs.
The shortstop, number 7, Kason Corley.
So Kason will step in. Bulldogs still looking for their first hit. Guerra on deck. Another curveball up in the zone. Would not bite on it. Off the top of the catcher's mitt, straight back to me off the backstop. So 2-0. Try to get the score application here from getting wet. And a lot of stuff on my iPads. Little droplets here. So Poteet will step off with 2 outs, down in the count. 2-0. Fastball, couldn't catch it. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Poteet not a fast worker. Curveball dips outside, so it goes to 3-1. So Dogs looking to get their second runner aboard here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the third. 3-1 pitch. Foul tip straight back in. Thought the ball was a bit high, but Kaysen decided to give it a whirl. Defensively, everybody's straight up. Ball 4, so Corley gets the walk. So Guerra will come in. He struck out his first time.
Now batting number 9, Tristan Guerra.
So Guerra took over in left field after his 2 innings of work on the mound. He didn't pitch bad, folks. A lot high pitch count. That's why I'm assuming Coach Smith took him out. Ground ball. Second base up off the lip. Ball will get into right center field. And we're coming to runners at the corner. Overthrow. Gets to the third baseman. So let's see what they give him in the score booth, the official score. I'm not sure that was an error. I think it came up off the lip. They gave him a hit.
Davion Coleman.
So Davion Coleman. So first hit of the night for the Dogs. Coleman 0 for 1, hit a line drive to center fielder Jackson Anderson. His only time at bat. See if Guerra takes off on this pitch. Big lead over at first. He'll go down to second. Quick throw back. Nobody bites. So ball on the pitch. Give Guerra the stolen base. Only because he faked the throw back to the pitcher. So 2 men in scoring position for Davion Coleman. Runners at second and third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs trying to get one across. Ball in the dirt. That's going to get up the line. Good jump by the runner on third base, Corley. That's going to be a wild pitch. So both runners will advance. So the Dogs get their first run across here in the contest. Make it 8-1 now. Two-0 pitch, fouled straight back. Had a good cut at it. Mitchell, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate that. Good friend Mitch Paliabegas tuning in from Cincinnati, Ohio. Swing and a miss. Can't catch it. So got another run 90 feet away down at third base. Mitch, I'm not real thrilled about the rain tonight, though. I got to be honest with you. 2-2. Strike 3. Couldn't catch it. So they were able to get one across. They left one. Your score is 8-1 as we go to the top half of the fourth inning. CBUS Sports Broadcasting. How about that? So over to second, not in time at first. Sorry, folks, the audio had quit on me there. Thanks, Mitch, for letting me know. So bases were juiced. The ground ball gets a fielder's choice.
Pitcher number 25, Aiden Poteet.
So Poteet will come up.
Pitch running number 2, Sam Janik.
So 6-4 on the putout. So Poteet will step in. Young man 2 for 2. All right, thanks, Mitch. Appreciate that. So first pitch offering to Aiden Poteet. Ball 1. 2 base hits to left and left center in the contest. Coach Smith talking out to his pitcher. Runners at first and second, 9-1 your score. Runner down at first will go. He'll take second base on indifference. Ball lifted up in the air, left field. Braxton goes back. It's going to come into fair territory. The run will come home. Ball swirled, hit that up a mile in the air. He was 20 feet over into third base, foul territory, and it blew it back into fair territory. So give Poteet another hit on the evening and the RBI. So runners still at the corners and 1 out. Your score is 10-1. We are in the top half of the 4th inning. I believe Cyclone Eddie just showed up here in McGregor, Texas. Nice pitch on the first offering there to Salinas for a strike. A nice looking pitch there by Davion. Salinas 0 for 1. Walk hit by a pitch. And got a drop third wild pitch. Runner goes down to second. They throw it through. Runner's going to be safe. Runner will score on the play. So give the runner the stolen base at second. The runner at third will come home. That'll make it 11-1. So there's your 10-run rule. So that pitch is on the inside edge to Salinas for a strike. So count is 1-2. Curveball and a nice looking pitch, just dropped a bit low. So that'll make it 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner down at second base. Pitch in the dirt. Nice pickup there by Coleman. So 2-2 count, 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th. Another 3 runs on the board for the Trojans. Fastball just a bit up as Salinas will get another walk. So getting a little restless here as the Bulldog fans not appreciating the effort by the home plate umpire. Ball was up a bit. It was out of the zone, but it was close. They just want it to be consistent. So Humphreys will step back in. Kirk swings and misses at the first offering. That ball's up and out of the zone. So 1-1. Davion at 67 pitches in an inning and 2/3 of work. Little foul back into the screen. So ahead in the count, 1-2. Long look in. Down in the dirt. Runners will move up on the wild pitch. So Coleman did a good job of staying in front of that. That was Trey, not letting that get to the backstop. So ball ripped into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit, and 2 more runs will score as he's 2 RBI single for Kirk Humphrey. Nice piece of hitting. Just stay back and rope that into medium right center.
Now batting the center fielder, number 13, Jackson Anderson.
So Anderson will step in, 0 for 2, a sac fly and 2 strikeouts. So it makes it 13-1 ball game. Runner at first with a average lead. Good secondary. First pitch foul back into the screen. So at least the precipitation has ceased for the moment. Chased one up the ladder out of the zone, so that'll make it 0-2 with 2 outs here. Runner at first with a 3-step lead. Down in the dirt, Coleman once again with a nice job of keeping the ball in front of him. Trey's been active behind the plate tonight for sure. 1 hour and 41 minutes into this contest. Foul down the first base line, just a bit late. First base coach not moving a step. So Anderson steps back in, trying to move the runner. Swing and a miss as he went up the ladder. So strike 3 swinging. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th. It's 13-1. Trojans all over the Dogs here. CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Texas at highschoolofficials.com.
When I started school sports, I didn't know who I wanted to be. I just wanted to play.
But looking back, I developed character, resilience, and integrity. And now I'm settled in a career. I'm a leader to my own kids and my community. I know who I am and where I belong, and it started with school sports. I found my place. Find yours.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Well, bottom of 4, Aiden Poteet coming back out. Young man only
Leading off for
throwing
the Bulldogs
53
in the bottom of
pitches
the 4th.
in tonight's game. Dre Durr
The first baseman,
will get his
number 15,
second
Dre
plate appearance
Durr.
of the night. So the first baseman will step in from the left side. Nice matchup between these two young men. Both physical specimens. Fastball just up and away, calls a ball. 1-0 pitch. Laid off that as well. Nice eye. 2-0. Long look in. Poteet finally rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch it. Nice cut. So Dre will step back in, get ready to hit. Fouls it off over the screen on the third base side. So evens it up at 2-2. Look for something off speed on the outside edge. He likes the changeup here. There it was. He drives it into left center field. Left fielder goes back, Kudelka, and makes the catch. He drove it out there in this wind. That was a nice shot, but Kudelka was there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Brax Franks,
Now
the
batting for McGregor, number
third
10,
baseman, will
Franks.
step in. He came into the ball game. Brax will move over to the left side. As Poteet will rock and fire, swings through a fastball just a bit up in the zone, and Brax could not catch it. Poteet's offering. Ground ball, first base side. Salinas will handle it unassisted, so 2 up, 2 down. 3 on the putout. Poteet not overpowering for a big man. Decent fastball. Like I said, maybe low to mid 80s.
Now
Got a
batting
good
the right
breaking
fielder,
pitch.
number 1,
Has a really
Andrew
nice
Fossum.
change-up as well, as Fossum will come to the plate. Andrew got hit by a pitch and stole a couple bases in that inning. Fouls the first offering back into the screen, and 222 pounds of me is getting blown away in this Texas breeze down here. So Andrew steps back in, down in the count, 0-1. Turns the square. Curveball drops outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next broadcast will be Friday, weather permitting. We're supposed to get monsoon season coming up the next week here in Central Texas. Fastball up and in around the shoulders, so 2-1. Doubleheader against Lexington as the Eagles will come into McGregor. First ball game at 4 o'clock. These are varsity ball games only. Second contest, the nightcap at 7. We'll have them both here for you on CBUS Sports Broadcasting. Ground ball, little dribbler down the first base line. Salinas unable to get there in time as Fossum gets a hit. An infield single. Great speed, as mentioned. By Andrew. Gets the second hit of the night. This will be Trey Coleman will step in. Trey struck out his first time up. So 2 outs in the inning. You got a runner at first and great speed. And I can probably guarantee you he's going to be moving here on this first pitch. He's already got a 7-step lead. Quick throw over. Back Salinas. Salinas makes a nice play
McGregor,
over at first base.
the catcher, number 3, Trey Coleman.
Swing and a miss. I thought Fossum was going to go down. I think Trey thought so as well, as he stutter stepped off first base. Poteet will come set. Not going. That ball stays out of the zone. Chance Smith on deck, the freshman, hoping to get another bat. Fossum goes. It's not even going to be close as he goes into second base, standing. Ball outside, so give another stolen base to Andrew Fossum. So now with a runner in scoring position, you're ahead in the count 2-1, excuse me. Boy, Mitchell, I can tell you the difference. Being outside broadcasting again, my throat is killing me in this wind. So Poteet, long look, ball down in the dirt, but he swings at it. So that'll even it up at 2 apiece. Trey was a bit fooled. I thought he was coming fastball, and he threw something that some sort of a sinker. It dropped out of the zone. It wasn't a curveball. Folsom goes again. He's caught in between third. Throws the ball over to Will Poteet. Back to the shortstop, and he is tagged out by number 3. That's Kirk Humphreys. So give it 1-5-3 on the putout. We'll go to the top half of the 5th. 13-1 your score. CBUS Sports Broadcasting. Coming back to play, top half of the 5th inning, your score 13-1. Travion Coleman back out on the hill for the McGregor Bulldogs. Well, looks like he's going to close this one out as it's 13-1. Will Poteet will lead it off. Made an offering on the pitch, strike one.
Leading
2
off
walks
the
and a
Trojans,
strikeout for Poteet
third
tonight, the
baseman,
third
number 8,
baseman.
Will Poteet.
Down in the dirt, another nice block there by Trey Coleman. So the Bulldogs need to get 3 outs here, and we'll have to get a couple to stay alive in the bottom half of the 5th. Off-speed pitch. Down in the dirt, another nice block. Line drive, left field, base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Poteet as he went inside out and got that one into left field as he able to stay on top of the ball. That's going to bring up number 12, Hunter Petter.
Number 12, Hunter Petter.
1 for 2 with infield hit. Ball he hit down to Brax Franks, and Brax made a nice play on it, just beat it out. Ground ball, shortstop, hop over the shortstop, so back-to-back hits as Guerra will get it in left field. So took a hop on Corley there at
now batting the left fielder,
shortstop
number 7,
position.
Braden Kadelka.
So Kadelka, Braden will step in the left fielder, 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout. So nobody out in the inning. He'll square to bunt. He'll foul it off out of play, first base side. Have to tweak the camera setup here, folks, using an older camera just because of weather conditions tonight. I did not want to get the newer ones out. So we'll get this figured out here and get you a nice picture on the next stream. Squares again. Thought he made an offering. I guess not. So evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. We will be wrapping this one up quickly here at McGregor High School. Wind still blowing viciously here. Off-speed pitch. Oh, nice looking pitch. Guess not. 2-1. Davion will come set. He'll spin. Makes an offer on the bunt there. Whoops. Undo that one, folks. Strike. So 2-2. See if he makes another bunt offering. Nope. Line drive in the left field. Back to back to back. Guerra will come up and make the throw into the cutoff man. So 3 hits in a row. He tagged that one pretty hard. So both runners move up as we get back to the top of the lineup. The leadoff hitter, Zayden Vega, and Coach Steve Smith going to make a pitching change.
Now batting for the
as
Trojans,
we will take a break here
number
on
1,
CBUS
Zayden
Sports
Vega.
Broadcasting. So with the pitching change, folks, we also have some defensive changes as Colin Hamilton will go out to right field. Davion Coleman back to third base. Brax Franks will go to the bench as Vega will step in 0 for 3 tonight. Bases are juiced with nobody out. First offering from Andrew Folsom, just a bit outside and low. Wasn't a bad pitch at all. Rocks and fires, right-hander. Ball up high, ball 2. Boy, I tell you, you would think if someone gets one up in this wind, it's 20 miles an hour. Little tapper, third base side. Coleman keeps it in front of him, flips it at home. Nice play on the 4. So Davion stayed on top of that. So the fielder's choice. As Mosick, will come in or step into the plate. Down the third base side. First pitch on that last dribbler. 5-2 on the putout. First pitch is a strike. Second offering. Tomasic. So Folsom working quickly here. One out in the inning. Nice pitch right at the knees. Thought that was the third pitch, but I'm only showing. There we go. It's 1-2. Excuse me, folks. 1-2 pitch. Changed speeds a little bit. Got him to chase it. Strike three. So that's going to bring up Aiden Poteet, 3 for 3 on the night. Nice base hit his first time up. The last two, they go in the book as hit, but I think, the wind has a lot to do with they were swinging. I'm not going to shortchange the young man. He's 3 for 3 on the night, but his first hit was his best one of the night. That fastball up and out of the zone. So you have 2 outs in the inning now. Bases are still loaded as Fossum coming in relief. Third Bulldog pitcher of the night. Curveball straight back at me. So 1-1 as Poteet was on top of it. Hit it straight back as Humphrey does ball retrieval duty, being in the hole. Keeps that one outside. Ball gets away once again from Trey Coleman, and the runner will score, and the other two will move up. So that makes it 14-1. Poteet will step back up or step back in ahead in the count, 2-1. Pitchers or hitters count here. Drives it into center field. That's a shot. Madrone turns. He's going back over his shoulder. Gets over his head. 2-hopper into the 380 mark as Poteet will chug into second base with a stand-up double and 2 RBIs to make it a 16-1 ball game as Big Poe kissed that one. That ball got up in that jet stream and traveled a while, folks. Dom Madrone, speedy center fielder.
Number 14, Aiden Salinas.
Got back there or turned as soon as he hit it and still couldn't catch up to it. So Salinas will step in. Having a fairly decent night as well. A couple nice plays over at first base. Folsom looks back, comes to the plate, curveball at the belt. Nice pitch. Gets a strike there. So 16 runs on 10 hits. Off speed, just kicks outside. Couldn't pull it in as Trey Coleman tried to frame it there. Looks back at second. Gets the call on the outside corner as the courtesy runner in for Aiden Poteet. Hunter Runyon. Offering, loops it into shallow right center field. Play at the plate coming home. Madrone's throw not in time as Runyon will score the 17th Trojan run. So nice piece of hitting by Salinas as he drives a ball into right center field. And Dom came up and made a nice effort. Throw was offline just a bit, but was not in time. So Humphreys will step in again as Trojans getting a lot of at-bats tonight. That ball is up and out of the zone. 1 for 2. 2 walks, reached on an error and a single. As Andrew Folsom will come set. Runner at first, no threat to go with this lead, I would hope. Ball down low. 2-0. Quick throw over. Oh, Dre almost had him. Andrew with a good throw and Dre with a good tag on trying to apply it. The ball just fell out of his glove. Would have been close if he could have held it. 2-0 count, 2 outs in the top half of the 5th inning. Ball lifted just over the screen right above me. Rain starting to come again. Was hoping it was going to hold off. So 2-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. Salinas is first, takes another lead. Ball lifted into center field. Madrone looks like he has a beat on it. He does for the 3rd out of the inning. So 17 across, 4 in this inning. We'll go to the bottom half of the 5th. Bulldogs have to get the hitting shoes on to keep this one going. CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
So Trey Coleman will lead it off here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, excuse me. So 3 outs and this ball game will be over.
Leading off for the
Bulldogs need to pile up.
Catcher number 3, Trey Coleman.
7 runs in order to keep this one alive. Poteet only with 68 pitches on the evening. Take the graphic off there, folks. Thanks for the reminder. So Aiden's first offering to Trey Coleman, the ball outside. Best way for me to describe Aiden Poteet is very efficient. Foul straight back into the screen. Not overpowering. Fastball will jump up on you there. It does have a little hip-hop giddy-up on it, however you want to say it. But he's got a great curveball and a great changeup. Inside-out swing, foul down the third base line. So down in the count, 1-2. Trey Coleman, 0 for 1 on the night, struck out his only time up. Just outside, glove pops. 2-2. Kind of short arm that one just a bit. Will take it to a full count as McGregor's finest heads down the street. Give the fans credit for sticking around tonight. Foul tip on the fastball. Got off of Masick, excuse me. Mispronounced that. So we'll go to another 3-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss on a fastball outside the zone. Gets him to chase it. So out number one is Chance Smith, the second baseman. Will step up to the plate with a handful of baseballs for Mr. Umpire.
Now batting
Chance,
the second baseman,
0 for
number
1.
25,
Strikeout
Chance
on the evening.
Smith.
Finally, the wind died down. The front must have blown out. Boy, that's a nice pitch inside, I guess, as Chance steps back. Outside corner, strike one. So 1-1. Fastball up. Two-one, your count. Boy, it's amazing how quiet it has gotten out here. That's an off-speed pitch. Right down the middle, so 2-2. As the freshman steps back in. Also plays quarterback in high school. Here at McGregor for the Bulldogs, Coach Quentin White. Down in the dirt, nice stop by Mossick. Three-two pitch. One out. Bottom half of 5. Fouls it out of play, first base side. Nobody can get to it. Long look in. He'll take his sign. He'll rock and fire. Curveball drops it in there again. Exact same setup he did the last time that Chance was at the plate. He got him to foul a pitch off, backed him off, and came in with the deuce and just rings him up.
The center fielder, number 2, Dom Padrone.
So Dom Madrone, the center fielder, 2 hours and 27 minutes into this contest. Madrone 0 for 1 on the evening with a strikeout. Line drive right back up the middle. Nice piece of hitting by Dom as he's able to push that through. Stayed back on the fastball and took it right back up the middle. Like that swing. Nothing prettier in baseball than a swing
Now batting from
of a left-handed hitter.
Number 7, Kason Corley.
So Kason Corley, the shortstop, will step back in. Scored the only run tonight for McGregor in this contest. So Madrone with great speed over there. I don't think Coach Smith is going to have him going anywhere. He does go. Fastball, he's not going to be close as he tosses the stolen base. Strike one on Kaysen as Dom flies down to pick up the SB. So Petit looks in at Mossick. Ball low, gets away. Dom comes down to third. Ball into left field. He'll trot home. So you put the pressure on the defense, and speed will do that. So Dom Madrone with 2 stolen bases will come in on the throwing error. So give the Dogs 2 runs. Corley gets it down the line. Right field, that's going to drop. He's going to go into second. No, big turn, comes back to first. It's a nice job by Kason Corley. With the 4th hit of the night.
Now batting number 9, Christian Guerra.
So Christian Guerra, the left fielder, started off the night on the hill. Bulldogs getting their 2nd run. Gotta love speed. Line drive left field. That's going to be down for a base hit as well. So Corley will go into third. And Guerra will go into second. So 3 hits in a row for the Dogs.
Now batting number 6, Colin Hamilton.
So Hamilton will be getting his first at bat. Colin came in as a defensive substitution at the top half of the inning. Fastball swings through it for strike one. So runner at first and second, 17-2 your score now. Petit trying to close it out. Fastball down low. Dre Durr on deck for the Dogs. Petit works from the windup. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Guess I've been doing that all night. First night back in the saddle in baseball after coming out of basketball last week. 1-2 offering. Foul ball out of play, first base side. Got a piece of it to stay alive as Dre will trot over and pick that one up. Great speed on the bases for the Bulldogs as Colin can get a hit. Outside. Good eye. Count goes full. Three-two pitch. Inside. Thought that was 3-2. Now it's 3-2. Hi. Swing and a miss. Foul tips it into the glove. That'll do it. We'll come back in just a second and wrap this one up. CBUS Sports Broadcasting.
Okay, that's all for today. I'm a teacher, and I've got a big job. I shape the mind of every student who walks through my classroom doors. But my department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You're listening to McGregor Bulldog Varsity Athletics on CBUS Sports Broadcasting. Well, your final tonight. Let me get back to that, folks. 17-2 your final here. Blind score for the West Trojans. 17 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, 9 left. Bulldogs 2 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors, and 4 left. Aiden Petit will pick up the win. 9 strikeouts in tonight's contest. Christian Guerra will pick up the loss. Pitched well, had a couple errors in there, then just got them behind. And actually, Davion didn't do bad either pitching. I mean, the pitching did okay. They just didn't hit the ball tonight. Poteet, like I said, not overpowering, just very efficient. Mixes in his off-speed stuff with his fastball, low 80s to mid 80s. It does a good job. So nice ball game for Aiden Poteet. Had 3 hits as well. It's actually 4 hits as well in the contest. So the West Trojans will improve to 5-2 on the season. The Bulldogs of McGregor High School will drop to 3-5-1. Next broadcast will be, I got too many graphics up, folks. Next broadcast on varsity baseball will be this coming Friday, pending on the outcome of how the weather does. Lexington comes in, the Eagles, a doubleheader, varsity only, a 4 p.m. start and a 7 p.m. nightcap. On Saturday, once again, we'll try to be over, get the Lady Bulldogs on the air as well. A 3 o'clock game is LaGrange as the Leopards come in to take on the Lady Dogs. Once again, your final tonight, 17-2. Bulldogs on the losing end. Chris Coakley from CBUS Sports Broadcast. We wish safe travels home to the West Trojans. You can go out to our website, cbusportsradio.com, listen to our archives. You can also go out to our YouTube channel and our Twitch channel as well and watch the restream of our broadcast. We will have a better camera setup, folks. I did have tonight. I kind of short did it based on the weather conditions. I didn't want to leave the cameras out in the rain, so we're using kind of a one-camera old setup. We'll get better at that, get this setup down, and get you some good quality streams here for McGregor baseball. So once again, 17-2, Dogs take it on the chin tonight. We'll be back on Friday, 3:45, CBUS Sports Broadcasting. Have a good evening, everyone. You're listening to the CBUS Sports Radio High School Baseball Game of the Week.